He's like an uncle. I look at him as like an uncle, though.
Okay. And where you from in St. Louis?
Peabody Projects.
Oh, you from Peabody, all right.
Big Meech's nephew just blasted 50 Cent in some leaked audio, and you already know 50 ain't the type to sit quiet. The tension between 50 and the BMF family has gone from playful jabs to a full-on personal war, and it's only getting messier. First, he was throwing shade at Big Meech. Then came the back and forth with Lil Meech. And now, Meech's nephew has officially jumped into the fight. This feud is snowballing fast. And with 50's history, everyone knows he's gonna clap back in the most savage and petty way possible. For months, he's been taking shots at Big Meech, hinting that the BMF boss wasn't as solid as the streets once believed. He flat out called him a snitch, and in this industry, that accusation is basically like throwing a punch. But 50 didn't stop there. Oh no, he leveled it up. He plastered Instagram with subs from shady lyrics to incriminating emojis. The wildest move? That infamous rat emoji paired with Rick Ross lyrics. That's when things went nuclear. Then on Tuesday, February 25th, 50 hopped online with what he claimed were actual legal documents, dropping receipts like it was nothing. The paperwork, shared by social media figure 1090 Jake, supposedly showed that Big Meech had been tied to third-party cooperation with federal informants. According to 50, the files pointed to Tammy Cowens using Meech's info to help the feds shut down major drug traffickers. That's not just gossip, that's life-altering accusations tied to federal cases. And now the streets can't stop talking. Names are flying around, old cases are being dragged up, and the mess just keeps spreading. You'd think Lil Meech, who literally plays his father on 50's hit BMF series, would have a strong bond with 50, right? Wrong. Instead of keeping things professional, 50 started blasting Lil Meech too, claiming he was a problem behind the scenes. He even hinted that Lil Meech had to step away for rehab, accusing him of struggling with a substance issue that the cast and producers supposedly witnessed with their own eyes. That's a heavy accusation, especially when you've got names like Russell Hornsby allegedly seeing it up close.
Those affidavits to help cuff out if this your man. That's it. That's all. If you my man, and I can help you get out of jail, or help you get out of position, any position that you're in, and I know I don't play no part, I'm coming to help you.
But 50 wasn't done stirring trouble. Next up came rapper 42 Doug, who reportedly handed Big Meech 100 grand fresh out of prison. Instead of saluting the gesture, 50 hopped on Instagram with his trademark petty energy, calling Doug out for handing Meech that kind of cash instead of looking after his own crew. And you already know 50 made sure the whole internet caught it. He posted, "Your daddy, my ninja, I love you, and cheese calls a Q. You made a mistake giving Screech $100,000. You could have given that to your ninjas. You always been hard-headed WTF." That's straight up disrespect with a smile. But 42 Doug, he wasn't backing down. He clapped right back on IG stories, standing firm with Big Meech and letting the world know Detroit loyalty runs too deep for him to flip. When blogs started spreading the $100,000 headline like wildfire, Doug doubled down, calling the story fake and refusing to let the internet twist his words. Then came the curveball. 50 pulled out some so-called text receipts, teasing even more chaos. The text read, "Laugh out loud, I'm not gonna blow you up, bro, but Puffy's nephew said he has the audio of him and 42 Doug on the three-way with Meech. They about to drop it. If that audio surfaces, this whole feud could explode in a way nobody's ready for. So here's where it gets wild. BB, Puffy's nephew, straight up confronted Big Meech on that three-way call with 42 Doug and Tammy tied into the mix. And trust me, the audio did not disappoint. It was pure chaos from the jump. The leaked recording showed BB pressing Meech hard, asking the same question the streets have been whispering for years. Why is Big Meech still standing next to Tammy Cowens after all the drama with Cuffy? If Tammy really snitched and helped the feds crush BMF associates, why hasn't Meech cut her off completely? That's the question everyone wanted answered, and Baby came at him with no filter. But instead of clearing the air, Meech got defensive quick. He fired back saying he doesn't owe anybody an explanation. Not Baby, not the streets, not the blogs, nobody. Then he doubled down with a bold statement saying if anyone really thinks he's snitching, they need to show the paperwork. And that's where things get explosive, because we already know 50 Cent has been waving around what he claims is exactly that, paperwork ready to bury Meech's reputation once and for all. Baby wasn't backing down for a second. He kept hammering Meech, especially about Tammy Cowens and her alleged role in Cuffy's case. And to be real, Baby's points hit hard. For years, people have been side-eyeing the fact that Big Meech never once publicly distanced himself from Tammy, even after all the whispers that she had ties to the feds. So when Bebe started snapping on that call, it wasn't just random. He was saying what a lot of folks already thought. But instead of clearing the air, Meech chose to hang up. And let's be honest, that move didn't look good at all. The second that audio hit the streets, it lit the internet on fire. Then, to turn the heat up even higher, Baby sat down for an exclusive 30-minute tell-all with Dogface TV. That's when he really pulled the curtains back on the drama involving Big Meech, 42 Doug, and his uncle Deon Cuffey. Bebe didn't hold back. He flat out claimed that Big Meech knew exactly what Tammy Cowens was doing behind the scenes. He alleged that Tammy's cooperation with the feds wasn't random at all. It was part of a deal where Meech was supposed to get a sentence reduction. And according to him, there's paperwork to prove it. The documents reportedly show Tammy saying she met Deon Cuffey through Big Meech, which ended up dragging Cuffey into this whole legal mess, and it gets even crazier. Bebe also alleged that Meech connected Fidel Suarez with Tammy too. Now suddenly, multiple names are tangled in this so-called third-party cooperation web. This isn't just family drama anymore, it's turning into a full-blown scandal with receipts. While Meech may have scored some perks from this so-called arrangement, Deon Cuffey paid the ultimate price, 27 years behind bars. And according to Bebe, that all goes back to third-party cooperation, which is exactly why the streets are slapping Big Meech with the rat label. That's the kind of stain you can't wash off, and it's got people talking louder than ever. But here's where it gets even nastier. 50 Cent has been stockpiling receipts like trophies, and he's not shy about dropping them whenever it benefits his narrative. And the worst part for Meech? He and his son, Lil Meech, have been spotted cozying up with some of 50's longtime rivals. That's like poking a bear that lives to fight. So how did 50 clap back? Straight to Instagram, of course. If there's one thing about 50, it's that he's the undisputed king of social media shade. He started tossing up cryptic captions, cracking jokes, and unloading subliminals aimed directly at the BMF family. But the part that really shook people up? 50 hinting that he might drop a full-blown tell-all documentary on BMF with Tammy Cowens front and center. If that documentary ever hits the internet, it won't just stir drama. It'll blow the roof clean off this entire saga. And don't forget, 50's warpath didn't spare Lil Meech either. He leaked private messages where Lil Meech was trying to play it cool, then turned around and threatened to cut him off the BMF show entirely. On top of that, 50 doubled down on those substance claims, insisting that producers and cast members had witnessed the same behavior, and even went as far as accusing Big Meech of enabling his own son's downfall. This whole thing is straight up chaos and peace? Yeah, that's not even on the table right now. The streets are demanding answers. BB's applying non-stop pressure. 50 Cent is waving around paperwork, and Deon Cuffey is still rotting away in prison with a 27-year bid. If this third-party cooperation really went down the way people are saying, Big Meech's entire legacy could crumble. And at this point, it might be too late to clean it up. So what's next? Honestly, that's anybody's guess. If you know 50 Cent, then you know he's already plotting his next power play. Maybe it's another round of savage IG posts, maybe it's that rumored tell-all documentary, or maybe, just maybe, he'll push this into legal territory. With 50, you never know until it hits the headlines. Meanwhile, Big Meech's family isn't folding either. His nephew is already stepping up with bold threats, making it clear they're ready to defend their name no matter the cost. And if Lil Meech decides to jump in and fire shots of his own, oh, it's gonna get even uglier. One thing's crystal clear, this feud is nowhere near finished. With all the major players locked in and receipts still leaking, this could easily turn into one of the messiest, most public, and most scandalous showdowns hip-hop has seen in years. And just when you thought the smoke couldn't get any thicker, whispers started spreading that the leaked audio and paperwork might only be the tip of the iceberg. Word on the street is that 50 isn't just relying on social media shade, he's been digging deep, talking to insiders and pulling strings behind the scenes to make sure his version of the story sticks. People close to him are saying he's stacking up even more receipts, and if those come out, it could shatter whatever respect Big Meech still has left in the game. Meanwhile, the BMF circle is scrambling. On one hand, you've got folks defending Meech like he's untouchable, swearing he's being set up by enemies who want to destroy his legacy. On the other hand, critics are pointing at the unanswered questions, like why Tammy Cowens is still being protected or why Meech hung up that call instead of facing BB head on. Every move he makes right now is being dissected, and the silence only makes the whispers louder. And here's the kicker. Some are saying this feud is about way more than family drama. They believe 50 sees himself as the new keeper of the BMF story. And by exposing all this, he's trying to control the entire narrative for his own empire. If that's true, this isn't just beef, it's a battle for power, reputation, and the right to rewrite history. The spotlight is now shifting straight onto Lil Meech, and his response could decide how ugly this whole thing gets. Up until now, he's tried to play it cool, sliding into 50's texts like nothing was wrong. But that strategy clearly backfired. Once 50 leaked those private messages, the whole internet saw that Lil Meech was still trying to keep things friendly while his own family was under fire. That move made him look caught in the middle, and fans started questioning where his loyalty really lies. To make it worse, 50 doubled down by dragging Lil Meech's name through the mud, reminding everyone about the rehab rumors and hinting that producers on the BMF set had seen his so-called issues firsthand. Then came the dagger, 50 claiming Big Meech himself was enabling his son's behavior, painting the family not just as flawed but completely dysfunctional. Now Lil Meech is facing a crossroads. If he stays silent, the narrative gets written for him, and it'll look like 50 exposed him without resistance. But if he claps back, he risks fueling 50 even more. And let's be real, nobody wins in a social media war against 50 Cent. The man lives for it. All eyes are locked in to see if Lil Meech finally steps up, defends his father, and puts an end to the whispers. Or if 50's non-stop pettiness keeps the upper hand in one of the dirtiest feuds hip-hop has seen in years. Now the tension is boiling over, and it's not just talk anymore. Meech's family is letting it be known they're ready to fight back. His nephew has already been firing shots on social media, daring anyone to test their loyalty, and insiders claim the family feels like 50 crossed a line that can't be walked back. What started as petty jabs has now turned into a full-on pride war, and neither side is showing signs of blinking first. Meanwhile, whispers are swirling that 50 still has more receipts locked in the vault, audio, paperwork, maybe even unseen footage tied to the BMF name. If he drops that, it could shake up everything, putting Meech in a position where silence won't be enough anymore. People are already speculating that 50's playing chess, setting up a final move that'll blow this feud wide open. But Meech's family isn't just sitting around waiting to be embarrassed. Sources close to them are saying they're gearing up with their own dirt, ready to expose 50's ties, old deals, and past controversies if he pushes them too far. The way things are lining up, this could easily spiral from Instagram shade into a messy, all-out war where both sides end up bleeding in public. This isn't just hip-hop beef anymore, it's becoming a generational clash, a fight over reputation, legacy, and who really gets to control the BMF story moving forward. But let me throw it to you. Do you think Big Meech really owes the streets an explanation, or is he right to keep quiet and let the whispers fly? Is 50 Cent just being his usual petty self, or is he actually pulling the curtain back on some real truth? And bigger than that, do you believe this feud could end up destroying the BMF legacy that was built over decades? Or will Meech and his family come out of this stronger than ever? This drama is wild, but the bigger question is, where does it all end? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I really want to hear what you think. And while you're here, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss a single twist in this saga. And of course, check out the next video on your screen. Trust me, you definitely don't want to miss it.